Benjamin Franklin once said, "Nothing in TCGs is certain except ban cards and taxes." Every TCG has their own way of handling when a card becomes a little bit too strong or a format becomes a little bit too stale. In fact, one of our favorite TCGs right now, Grand Archive, just banned their first cards. But at the same time that Weebs of the Shore issued their first bans, they unleashed a fascinating new system that might actually prevent more cards from being banned in the future, called Proxia's Vault. In this video, I'm going to go over what Proxia's Vault is and how this system is set to shape the competitive landscape of Grand Archive going forward into the future. What's up everyone, it's Dan with Main Deck, and yes, today we are talking about Proxia's Vault. This is the system that was announced at Ascent Houston 2023 and immediately grabbed the community's attention. Now, Weebs of the Shore are no strangers to innovating in the TCG space. Case in point, this system was actually first announced in the closing presentation right after they finished their very first collector event, the Path of Silver, at Ascent Houston 2023.
Something we're adding to the ban and restrict announcement is something called Proxia's Vault. Proxia's Vault is a new set of cards that are uniquely functional, and they're only going to be material deck cards, and they're going to be released alongside ban and restricted announcements. And when we release these cards, proxy versions of these cards will be legal for competitive play.
And now with the banned and restricted announcement today, they have revealed the first cards coming out of Proxia's Vault, so it seems like the perfect opportunity to explain this whole system to you. Now, for those completely out of the loop, Proxia's Vault is a system by which Weebs of the Shore can release tournament legal cards that can legally be proxied. In other words, printed out and sleeved up rather than purchased. And these cards can even be played in events up to and including the highest level of competition. In many games, this would pose obvious issues, such as cards becoming marked in the deck, as printer paper may add thickness to the cards or stick out of the sleeves. However, in Grand Archive, every card from Proxia's Vault will be a card that goes in your material deck, the 12-card stack that you freely materialize one card from each turn. So, not only do you not need to worry about shuffling or marking these cards, but every single game you'll have access to them every time you wish, with no randomness. And furthermore, at major events in the future, actual card copies of Proxia's Vault cards may be given out freely to attendees, allowing players to use real cards if they wish as well. These real copies will eventually be required, but only after at least one full year of allowed proxy use, starting December 31st of the year following the year the card is added to Proxia's Vault. And because they are freely given out at major events to attendees, there shouldn't be much cost, if any, for you to acquire any of these real copies eventually. Now, the intention of the cards that are being revealed in Proxia's Vault is to add more options to the metagame, either to help power up underperforming decks, or give players options and tools to fight against popular decks. And going forward, cards may be freely added or removed from Proxia's Vault as needed to address problematic decks or a lack of diversity. This ability to instantly add or ban cards from Proxia's Vault as needed gives the devs tons of flexibility for making sure their metagame is as healthy as possible. The first two cards released from Proxia's Vault and legal to print and play in tournaments right now are Scepter of Lumina, a new card to give water decks a little extra edge to finish games, and Stonescale Band, a Terra Regalia that helps Tamer filter their small critters away for powerful cards in the late game. Both of these cards are intended to power up underperforming strategies, but with Set 3, Alchemical Revolution, on the horizon, time will tell if they remain necessary, and the Weebs have the power to put them back in the vault should they become no longer needed. Proxia's Vault is planned to be updated with each new banned and restricted list announcement, which is a nice touch because normally when a banned and restricted list is coming, players are anxiously waiting to see if their favorite cards are going to end up getting banned. Now, to balance that out a bit, players can actually eagerly await to see what new cards are being added to Proxia's Vault, which they can immediately print out and start playing with. No need to wait and no need to purchase anything. Proxia's Vault is a clever player-first system that will help Grand Archive maintain a better game balance going forward. It works exceptionally well with the design of the game, and even still, it is a little bit surprising to see just because I can't think of many other TCG companies that would just be that okay with enabling the printing of unofficial cards to play in actual tournaments.
New to the shore are kind of pro-proxy. Right? Okay. Even our index has a way to make proxies, right?
Of course, how much impact it has completely depends on the cards that are designed for it, so we'll just have to wait and see how it gets used going into the future. But to me, this is an exciting development that plainly shows the desire the devs have to make Grand Archive the most robust, competitive game that they can. But I'd like to know what you think. Go ahead and drop a comment with what you think of Proxia's Vault, the 2 new cards revealed, or maybe what other TCG you think could benefit from a system like this. I am very much looking forward to reading your comments on this one. But that's going to do it for this brief explanation video. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.